Que paso, Mufaso. Welcome. You are on a special edition of Project Expertise. Normally, I don't do this, but someone has to give you the real game. Someone's going to give you the game. That's going to be me. Hope you've had a great weekend. The time is 1:32. That is 1:32 in the AM here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I have a great show for you. Come on in. You know the YouTube etiquette if you are so inclined to do so. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, or the notification bell just might hit you. Let's hope that it does. Sitting in with me as always, that is Wellington Puppernick over there in the shade. Over this shoulder, that is Dr. Bearstein. We are the Dream Team here to give you a great show. And I hope you are wondering, we are in the midst of a government shutdown. We are about 7.5 months into Donnie J back again, and you got to be wondering, sir, you're wondering, what you talking about, Whoa Diddy? This show I've been waiting to do since the inauguration. I had to get all of said evidence. I had to use some clairvoyance, and I also just had to wait. I'm going to tell you that he's back to destroy the global economy. Could be good, could be bad, but the basis of this is Trump is executing Project 2025, and it's not what you think. Project 2025 is not what you think, and I'm actually referring to people that look like me. Wait a minute. Mm. Yes, chocolate, African American, Negro, whatever you want to call yourself. I'm talking to you. Project 2025 is not what you think. So we were like day 4 at the government shutdown. What if I tell you it's all a plan? What if I tell you Project 2025 is all about the heterosexual white man? Project 2025 is aimed at white America. What if I tell you that it has nothing to do with African Americans, Black Americans, whatever you want to be called? We are already in position. Everybody knows that around the world. What if I tell you Latino, Hispanic community? It's not about you. It is not about you because you have came over and you have conformed to American society. It's not about you. It's about controlling those that could do the government harm. It is about controlling those that really will fight in these streets for said freedom that is absolutely running away. I have compiled Exhibit A through E to share with you. So come on in, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're wondering, I'm going to get it started one more time. He's back to destroy the global economy. I am here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, without a shadow of a doubt, Trump is executing Project 2025, and it's not what you think. Project 2025 has nothing to do with Black America. Project 2025, you think it's about deportation, blah, blah, blah. Rest assured, Latino, Hispanic community, you're going to be all right. This is aimed at the so-called majority community. That would be the good old-fashioned Bible Belt, West Virginian, Iowa, Minnesota, North South Dakota, rural American white people. Project 2025 is for you. And I'm going to explain that, and I'm going to tell you how the global economy is going to be impacted. I am going to tell you now to enjoy the freedoms that you have because your children and your children's children will not enjoy the same freedoms as you and I. And we're going to do that like right now. So come on in, hit that chat button, get in the chat with me. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I know it is late. Look at the replay. I am helping you, and I'm going to start helping you as of right now. What we're going to do right now is go through some videos that's going to prove without a shadow of doubt. I know that you on the far right, you like listening to Nick Fuentes, he's Fuji. I know you like Sean Hannity. I know you love Glenn Beck, who is a Mormon, could care less about you so-called Christians. And I know you like listening to Laura Ingraham, Fox News, and all these things. Sir, you are a black American. You love CNN. You love MSNBC. What if a Jedi mind trick has been put on all of you to believe something is going on that actually is not? Let's go into our first video. We're going to break it down. And the subject matter here is the government shutdown, a part of 2025, Project 2025, and it has nothing to do with you black people. Pay attention.
President Donald Trump has seized on the government shutdown as an opportunity to reshape the federal workforce and punish detractors. Rather than simply furlough employees, Trump's Republican administration is threatening mass firings of workers and suggesting irreversible cuts to programs and services important to Democrats.
We believe that layoffs are imminent. They are, unfortunately, a consequence of this government shutdown.
With no end in sight to the government shutdown, the Trump administration is warning it could begin firing federal workers as soon as today. Senator Ted Cruz welcomes the idea of using the shutdown to downsize the federal bureaucracy.
President Trump is going to use that as an opportunity not to tell people you're furloughed for a few days, but instead to send pink slips and to get rid of left-wing bureaucrats who are imposing left-wing priorities that are contrary to President Trump's priorities. I think that is fantastic, and what it's going to do is it's going to cause Democrats in Congress to scream and weep and gnash their teeth.
The shutdown could leave more than 750,000 federal employees furloughed and more than 2 million military service members without a paycheck. The economic impact of the shutdown also a concern. New data shows the economy lost a worse than expected 32,000 jobs in the private sector last month.
Now, as we can see, there's a government shutdown that's going to be going down. The question is, who is that affecting most? If you had to ask yourself, who is that affecting most? Ta-da! It would be good old-fashioned white America. Out of 750,000 jobs in the federal government, how many you think is Keisha, Hakeem, Guadalupe, Hector, and Gustavo? I'll wait. Now, there's a rhyme and a reason. This has to do with Project 2025, government shutdown. We're going to get in that. Here's another misnomer. The single white mother is the leader in EBT. There's only 30, 40 million of chocolates in this country. Everybody knows that. The people, the oligarchs know this. The people in government know this. You should know this. 15% of the population, there's some men, well, I don't get any EBT, right? So if you did your math, right, you would see who would you think getting these benefits. And the whole bottom line of this is money. The government don't care. If purple people, if Grimace and the Hamburglar are getting these benefits, the government is out of money. Let's go on to Exhibit B.
Stretch of violent crime, the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Fraternal Order of Police is sending a call for help to the White House. They're requesting federal aid and National Guard deployment to help curb crime and address staffing shortages. WCNC Charlotte's Walker Lawson joins us live from West Charlotte. Walker, what did that organization say?
Well, Megan and Jane, that letter sent to city leaders requests help due to, quote, ongoing failure of city and police leadership when it comes to staffing, which they say has led to, quote, violent crimes in Charlotte. Now, since the murder of Irina Zarutska on August 22nd, there have been 15 deadly shootings in the city of Charlotte. And some people we spoke to today said the National Guard is not the answer.
Given the time that we have to work with the White House and the other federal offices, that we will not need the Guard to come to Charlotte.
Friday, Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles pushing back on the request for the National Guard from Charlotte-Mecklenburg Fraternal Order of Police.
I believe in Charlotte first and foremost, Hunter. I believe that we have the ability in this community, the number of people that are engaged now to make this a safer city is from every part of our community.
According to the FOP.
Now, as you can see, the first thing you should see, there's a reason why now I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. There's a reason why Mayor Vilas is wearing purple and the dude behind him purple. Look that up. It's no coincidence. That's it. Exhibit B. Expect the National Guard to be deployed in all the major cities in the next few months, in the next couple years. Why? It's a part of Project 2025. I know what you're wondering. And this is what you're asking yourself. Whoa, why would the National Guard be, why would the National Guard be deployed in major cities? It goes back to point number one. The National Guard is being deployed in all these major cities, not for the black man, ooh, that scary black man, the Negroes, the blacks, not you, Hector, not you, Guadalupe, not you, Javier, and everybody in between. It is for the heterosexual white man that might pick up arms when the rest of this presentation happens. Project 2025. Janet Jackson spoke about it. It's called Control. This is no coincidence. This is no coincidence. This is the setup. So-called blue city, blue state, blue mayor. The governor, Josh Stein is the governor of North Carolina. They can't control it. Send in the National Guard. So you got the National Guard in Chicago. Trust me, I know what you're saying. There's murder every day in Chicago. Well, them is Negroes taking care of Negroes. They're not going in. We know this. Right? 9 out of 10 of gang crimes against other gangs. I'm over in West Charlotte now, in a pretty good neighborhood. That said, these darkies are not bothering me. They are not bothering Sabrina. Chris, who was a good, cool white guy. Wayne, not bothering any of you. They're bothering each other. If you go to L.A. and go to Watts, guess what? Hector, Javier, and Guadalupe, Javier, they all fight it out amongst themselves. We know this to be true. If you go to Western North Carolina, the good old rednecks in the trailer park, guess what? They fighting amongst themselves. But when you add Laura Ingraham, Sean Hannity, CNN, and all of the witchery, which we'll get to later, it pulls the wool over said eyes. But Project 2025, Part 2, the National Guard will be in your city. If you go out of the country like I have, been to 10 different countries. I've been just most recently to Costa Rica, and I went to Guatemala. The military is in there with the police, and guess what? Everybody on their P's and Q's. They out there with M16s ready to get you. I went to Cambodia and Vietnam. Guess what? Same thing. Let's continue with Exhibit C.
This is not an auto pen, by the way. With today's signing, we're pushing even further into the exciting new frontier. Just as I promised last year, the Genius Act creates a clear and simple regulatory framework to establish and unleash the immense promise of dollar-backed stable coins. This could be perhaps the greatest revolution in financial technology since the birth of the internet itself. Let me say the entire crypto community, for years, you were mocked and dismissed and counted out. You were counted out as little as a year and a half ago. But this signing is a massive validation. And even before this signing, over the last year and a half, I think your stuff has gone up more than any stock, or just about more. A couple of stocks that were pretty good, I will say. But you have certainly, as an industry, gone up more than anybody. Nobody's gained the respect in such a short period of time. But this signing is a massive validation of your hard work and your pioneering spirit and your ability to never give up. You've made our dollar look really good and strong and powerful. It's good for the dollar and it's good for the country. And that's why I backed you at an early stage. And I also did it for the votes, because you did come out and vote, I will tell you. Yeah, we worked hard. It's a very important act, the Genius Act. They named it after me, and I want to thank you. I want to thank
the Genius Act. another bit of Project 2025. Do you think, sir, the Genius Act, the crypto bill, or the same Donnie J, I do enjoy him talking ish. I really do. I know. I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I don't trust anybody. I don't trust too many people anyway. That's it. The Genius Act. To you in rural America that's non-African American, black, whatever you call them, to you in rural America, Montana, West Virginia, Colorado, Oklahoma, do you think that the Genius Act and cryptocurrency is for your benefit? Right now, Ralph, who's a white guy, Eric, guess what? He's a white guy. Ralph gives you $50. The government don't know anything about it. The Genius Act is going to make sure they know about it. Sure, he promised you would not get a CBDC, right? A central bank currency, right? Right. Not going to get that. A stable coin is the same thing. I asked you, Matthew, who's also a good white guy, used to work out with him at the gym. Do you understand all the cryptocurrencies? Do you understand blockchain technology? Well, guess what? Project 2025 has nothing to do with people that look like me. We've been under control for so long. There's far too many gatekeepers in our community for us to do anything. We cannot organize a damn bowling league without an overseer from the church, politics, rap industry, movie industry. There's always a gatekeeper going to keep us in line. You know this. I know this. Search your feelings. You know this to be true. Your gatekeepers have sold you out. You finally been sold out. Central bank digital currency, stablecoin, same thing. Whether it's Bitcoin, do you think the Arabs don't own Bitcoin? The Chinese don't own Bitcoin. They owned it before you. The same oligarchs and banks, you think they're not invested? Have you not noticed that Visa now has a cryptocurrency debit card? Are you not the same ones on Twitter whining, complaining about what's happening in the UK by, I think it's 28 or 29, that they have to have a digital ID to work, digital ID to go to school, digital ID to go to the doctor? I know what you're thinking. We got the Second Amendment. Second Amendment will not mean shit when you have a social credit score like they have in China. Anyhow, as soon as you do something too outlandish or criminal, you're going to affect your whole entire family score. Project 2025. By 2030, you're going to be happy, but you ain't going to own nothing. So there we go. Exhibit C. Let's go to Exhibit D. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell, or the notification bell may hit you, or CBDC.
I have nothing to do with Project 2025. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas. I guess some good, some bad. Everybody knows I'm an open book.
President Trump says he's meeting with his budget director to decide which government programs he can eliminate, calling this moment a, quote, unprecedented opportunity.
I'm allowed to cut things that should have never been approved in the first place, and I will probably do that.
So let's go back here. Donnie J, since the day that it went and it came and he grabbed that ear, he ain't never been the same. He ain't never been the same. This is from Truth Social. I have a meeting today with Russ Voigt, he of Project 2025 fame, to determine which of the many Democrat agencies, believe it if you want to, you conservatives work them agencies too, most of which are a political scam, he recommends to be cut, and whether or not those cuts will be temporary or permanent. I can't believe the radical left Democrats gave me this unprecedented opportunity. They are not stupid people. So maybe this is their way of wanting to quietly make America great again. President DJT. If you read that thoroughly, that tells you that this is my left hand, this is my right hand. Two are wings of the same bird. I say to you again, Project 2025 has nothing to do with African American, black, whatever you call us. We are already in line. We have our gatekeepers. As a matter of fact, it's 2 a.m. Within the next 10 hours, most of our people are going to go give money to their gatekeeper. He's called your preacher. All right. Vi Lyles, who's a black woman of Mayor Charlotte, she's gatekeeping all these poor blacks way on the other side of West Charlotte. We are already in line. You Latinos, you got your own gatekeepers, right? Julio Iglesias and all of your entertainers in Hollywood, and you got your gatekeepers. But you, my Caucasian friends, you've not had the gatekeepers we had in life, but now you got them. Thanks to social media. You know, Nick Fuentes is your gatekeeper. May he rest in peace. What was his name? I already forgot his name. Poor fellow lost his life at the rally. You know, you got all your gatekeepers. Project 2025 is about economic control, digital surveillance, cryptocurrency, and the fourth industrial revolution that will now control you. Enjoy the last days of freedom. Enjoy the last day of freedom. Let's go on to Exhibit D. As you can see, this is Project 2025 Showdown. Unless my eyes deceive me, that is not a chocolate brother. That is not Hakeem. That is not Devontae, Dalvin, Casey, or JoJo, the members of Jodeci. It is not. That is not Reverend Al Sharpton, one of your gatekeepers, chocolate people. That is not the Reverend Jesse Jackson. That is not D.L. Hughley. That is not any of those chocolates that's been telling you Project 2025 was about you, because they know, as I know, you are being under control. Your Jay-Z's, your Sexy Reds, they got y'all well under control. You're not a threat. You're not a threat. To all my African-American black sisters who thought you swung the election for Biden, you have no control. You are not a threat. You do not threat the oligarchs. They just throw you some money or give you a preacher or somebody, and you shuts up and you complies. Men that look like him have been a little bit harder to control them. Right, since a young age, they was taught that, hey, I'm supposed to be free. I'm supposed to get this. This explains the far right why they can't get women and they acting out. That's another video. I don't think YouTube will let me make that one, but that is not Hakeem. That is not. I am so sorry. That ain't Cory Booker, who is a light brother. Let's see what said brother has to say, and maybe he can help you understand this. Not chocolate, not brown skinned. Understand a little bit who 2025, Project 2025 is for, and how I'm going to bring it all together and tell you how the global economy through the fourth industrial revolution, Bitcoin, AI, and all that is going to bring everybody down to the level that the oligarchs want you to be at. So let's go on to the next exhibit.
I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to the Resistance. Project 2025 is almost halfway complete, folks, and most people don't even know it. That's why we need to talk about it again. Now, if you go to the Project 2025 tracker at project2025.observer, you can see for yourself. They're already at 47% completion. If you've watched very many of my videos, you've heard me say more than once that what we're seeing isn't an accident, it's a plan. All of the radical actions of this administration, National Guard deployments, federal agencies dismantled, the Gestapo snatching people off the street, and the so-called Big Beautiful Bill, what I call the Trump tax, and the government shutdown even. This is the Project 2025 plan in motion. And a lot of people are under the misconception that Project 2025 was written just a couple of years ago, that Donald Trump...
I'm going to stop it right there for the algorithm. A lot of you chocolate people under the misconception that Project 2025 is about you. Why would it be? You have no wealth we have no wealth as a people. All we do is spend. We're in debt. Our health is not the best. Our leaders are nothing more than puppets and gatekeepers, you are no threat. You are no threat to the entertainment industry. You're no threat to, listen, the NBA is 85% black. No threat. So I ask you, why would this gentleman, who does not look like a Hakeem to me, he does not look like a man, a Pookie, any of those labels that you call us, he does not look like that. I wonder what demographic mostly follows him. I wonder what demographic he's representing. And I wonder how the hell he knows what he knows. So let's take it from the top. As Redman and Method Man told us, take it from the top. Tippy, let's go.
I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to the Resistance. Project 2025 is almost halfway complete, folks, and most people don't even know it. That's why we need to talk about it again. Now, if you go to the Project 2025 tracker at project2025.observer, you can see for yourself. They're already at 47% completion. If you've watched very many of my videos, you've heard me say more than once that what we're seeing isn't an accident, it's a plan. All of the radical actions of this administration, National Guard deployments, federal agencies dismantled, the Gestapo snatching people off the street, and the so-called Big Beautiful Bill, what I call the Trump tax, and the government shutdown even. This is the Project 2025 plan in motion. And a lot of people are under the misconception that Project 2025 was written just a couple of years ago, that Donald Trump, of all people, is the leader of it. Trump is obviously not the leader of Project 2025. I mean, the guy can barely read. The only evidence out there to suggest that he can write is a scribble of a signature and a cringeworthy birthday card. Nah, he's not the leader of Project 25. He's just a useful idiot. That's why the oligarchs love him. Because he doesn't have to understand their plan, he just has to sign it. The name most commonly associated with Project 2025 is Russell Vogt. But he's only 49 years old. And Project 2025...
I'm only 49 too. Only 49 too. Just want to throw that in there.
...was conceived long before he was. He's just the guy who got the byline when the oligarchs decided it was time to make their treasonous plan public. Project 2025 itself comes straight out of the Heritage Foundation and the Federalist Society.
Have you ever heard of the Heritage Foundation? Have you ever heard of the Heritage Foundation? Anytime you hear the word foundation, you can best believe there's millions and billions of dollars behind it. And guess what? Guess what, Jasper? Jasper, you kind of look like him. It ain't for you. Right? Because last time I checked, you're hurting in West Virginia. Last time I checked, you're hurting in North Dakota, South Dakota. Last time I heard, you're hurting in rural Ohio. Last time I was in Western North Carolina, I see you working hard and you ain't got much to show for it. So let's back it up.
But he's only 49 years old, and Project 2025 was conceived long before he was. He's just the guy who got the byline when the oligarchs decided it was time to make their treasonous plan public. Project 2025 itself comes straight out of the Heritage Foundation and the Federalist Society, the same network of institutions that have been shaping American politics for decades. The Heritage Foundation was officially started in 1973. From Nixon on, every administration, Republican or Democrat, has been shaped by it, either by adopting its policies or battling against them. I mean, Reagan's most significant contribution to society before becoming president was acting in a show about a man and his chimpanzee. His policies were all given to him by Heritage. Welfare reform in the 90s, Heritage. The individual man...
That was Bill Clinton. So you telling me the Heritage Foundation was behind some of you chocolate people, Lord and Savior, Bill Clinton? Don't you remember Bill Clinton started to help out breaking up you chocolate people's families? Textiles was king in North Carolina and rural North Carolina. Remember NAFTA? We'll let this good vanilla brother continue.
His policies were all given to him by Heritage. Welfare reform in the 90s, Heritage. The individual mandate in the Affordable Care Act, that was a Heritage Foundation policy first written as their conservative alternative to single-payer health care. The Democrats adapted it thinking, hey, maybe it'll get us some bipartisan support. It didn't. But then it was struck down by Federalist Society judges with the help of Heritage amicus briefs. An amicus brief is when outside groups file legal arguments to try and sway the court's decision. The Federalist Society was founded in '82. It grew out of the same network as Heritage, the same donors, the same allies, the same leaders. Together, they were instrumental in putting in place judges from district courts all the way to the Supreme Court, the very people needed to uphold the power structure behind 2025. All you have to do to see this effect is compare court behaviors toward Biden versus Trump. When Biden used emergency powers to provide student debt relief, the court said that he was exceeding congressional intent. When Trump spent money that Congress explicitly denied, for instance, the border wall, the courts deferred to presidential authority or just plain refused to stop him. When Biden used his regulatory authority given by Congress to address climate change, the court blocked him. When Trump dismantled congressionally mandated agencies, the court deferred. These are just two of many examples.
Now, this Biden-Trump comparison, you gotta know, we drifted. So we just learned that Project 2025 is much older than the so-called front man. We learned that Project 2025 is the brainchild and the child of the Heritage Foundation, which I'm sure most of you chocolates have no idea who they are. And I'm sure you, there's vanilla like my man here, you're clueless. And the Federalist Society, don't you remember Mitch McConnell? Mitch McConnell used to be in the Senate. The judges that's on the Supreme Court and the federal judges, the same ones that was going against Trump because it was part of the plan, doing that at contested election, our Federalist Society. And now, as they would say, he on the ranch. This is a good one right here. Chickens are coming home to roost. Let's go to the next exhibit.
Chains anymore, and we use debt, distractions, and your own churches to keep you asleep. They think we report the news, but we write the script, fund the chaos, then sell you the solution. Make a fortune off the struggle, keep you broke, confused, and scared while I stay untouchable. I'm the extortioner. They don't want you healed, they want you hooked. Every refill keeps this empire running. They never taught truth in these classrooms, just obedience. From the jump, they train your kids to serve their empire, not escape it. We don't sell food. We sell addiction. And your kids eat it up daily. Y'all don't come here for truth. You come here to feel good. And I get paid off that every single Sunday. They sign for fame, but we own the soul behind the sound. Every lyric sold is another chain tightening. Every arrest's a deposit. Every inmate's a number. And business is booming.
Business is booming. Let's finish up this presentation. Let's get face to face so we can go a little bit deeper.
Chains anymore.
We just got a lot of information there. And if you're wondering, what you talking about, Diddy? Donnie J, who can talk mo-ish better than anybody ever heard in my life. I'm serious. I do enjoy it. It's comical, but that said, he's back to destroy the global economy. And Project 2025 is not what you think. It's not what you think. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Project 2025 is powered by these. All right. It's time to go to a technological prison. The National Guard is coming to these cities to keep everybody that loved Trump in line when it don't go your way. And it's not going to go your way. It's not going to go your way. You Democrats, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. They all in cahoots. This country is about $40 trillion in debt. It's going to be moved to the blockchain. Those layoffs, furloughs that you're seeing in government, the blockchain is coming behind them. The test that you all complied for, most of the world complied for in 2019. What happened in 2019, 2020, 2021? You remember. Nobody know who I was till I put on the mask. They showed you then that they can shut down the world. Expect it again. Expect it again. Expect it again. We're in the last days of freedom. Project 2025 has nothing to do with chocolate people. It is all about ushering in a new economic system, and the economic system backed by control. Right. You shall have a digital ID, whether you like it. Some call it the mark of the beast, probably is. There's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. Soon, if you want to buy or sell, you're going to have one of these, and you're going to have that ID. It's already in China. Right? It's going to hit Southeast Asia because China runs Southeast Asia. I've been there. If the UK is saying, hey, you're going to have to do this, all of their territories will too. Australia, Canada, Jamaica, the British Virgin Islands, and guess what? The good old US of A. Donnie Trump, no matter what he do, that base stays with him. It is very important for him to come back because they would never get you to comply. Never could they get you in West Virginia, Montana, rural Oklahoma, rural North Carolina, South Carolina, never Mississippi. Never could they get you to comply. But guess what? Donnie J is there. Whether he's there, Vance will take on the mantle, will get you to comply before he leaves office in 2029, setting up that 2030. You will. If you look up Senator Mike Lee, he's already been working on this social score. You're going to get it. I know you love the Second Amendment. It will do you no good if your livelihood is behind a digital ID where you got to buy Lisa, Leslie Ann, and little Matthew something to damn eat. Well, you got to protect your damn woman. You will comply. You will comply. I work at the airport. Right now, to go through TSA, facial recognition is already there. TSA agents are not getting paid right now. A lot of you will not have a job. Why? They have pre-TSA now where you already in the system. You just pay a monthly fee. If you're a frequent flyer, zoom right through the damn airport. Am I wrong? So that's where we are right now. I'm here to tell you that Project 2025 has nothing to do with you. Shout out to you. Neither one, Primer 1, 2, 3. I am an escapist. There's only two parties for a reason. Left wing, right wing, same bird. They're all on the same side, man. The same people, the small hats, that they always agree on is our number one ally, pays the bills for both of them. All right. Silicon Valley, whether it's Zuckerberg, Bezos, any of them, pays the bills. The crypto giants paying the bills. What part of this is 20? Damn it, I just went through it, Primer. You didn't hear my man? All of it, 2025 has to do with white people. It has nothing to do with me. Blacks, Negroes, the ones that's causing all the problems. If you let Nick Fuentes tell you, we're under control. We got our gatekeepers, the pastors, the goddamn rappers, the fucking athletes. We are no threat. You heterosexual white men are a threat. You're the damn threat. Two things can be true at one time. They are threatening you guys. Oh, my bad, Primal. I know you was with me, fam. I ain't going against you. But it just came to me. And they would think, shout out to T.O. in here. It's against white folks who love freedom. You the only class of people that really don't have gatekeepers in the forefront. They've been trying for years with Sean Hannity, Glenn Beck, who's a damn Mormon. Nothing, shout out to you. Hey, you be a Mormon, you don't do, but you get what I'm saying. When Project 2025 was first announced, every chocolate people, oh God, they're gonna try to put you in slavery. Where, motherfucker? We don't own no land. China own a lot of our farmland. Where the hell they gonna put you? They're gonna give you this phone, they're going to give you some digital currencies, and you got a few months to spend it, or it's gone. If the UK, if you're a white person, listen to me. If the UK is telling their people, that's the United Kingdom, London, right? Where's the part of the UK? Canada, Australia, wherever the crown still got colonies. 2029, they must have a digital ID where they will be tracked. Digital ID goes to digital currency. Donnie J, who I love to hear talk shit. Don't listen, I was a supporter, but he ain't been the change since he ain't been the damn same, man. And JD Vance is not one of us. That's another video. Listen to me closely. He promised you, and he's right, you will not get a central bank digital currency. You're going to get a stable coin, which is a central backed. I'm sorry. It's 40 trillion in debt. They're going to move it over to the blockchain. How many of us, average American, know any damn thing about blockchain technology? And do you really know about damn crypto? Fuck no. But I guarantee you know about a damn 10, 20, 50, $100 bill. That is freedom. I know it's backed by debt, whatever you want to say. But this man right here, who I am digging the dark night, if Primal gave me $50, me and him in a room together, and he just slid me $50, didn't say a word. Our phones, ain't no phones around or nothing. Nobody knows. In the days to come, he gonna give me that $50 via a crypto, and I'm sorry. Social credit score is already being mastered in China. If the UK is telling you this, what more do you need to know? This is my theory. Could I be wrong? If I am, it won't affect me. But if I'm right, it's affecting you, your family, and all them. I don't deal with my family. At 49, I'm not going to sit here and fight this with y'all. I'm just going to survive. I'm from the country. If I got to pitch a damn tent, fish, it don't make a damn difference to me. I don't have any kids. I don't have a damn wife. But if you do, you better get out the damn cheering section and start paying the fucking attention. That's what I'm telling you. This is facts. While they talking about all this leftist shit, all this blah, 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 the crime in Chicago, I'm here to tell you that black people is killing black people. Mexican is killing Mexicans. If I go down to rural North Carolina, where I'm at, you go to jail all right now, all I'm going to see is meth, opioids, robberies. It's going to be the same thing if you looked in an urban place. But the Nick Fuentes of the world will never tell you that. Don't you ever think he is not controlled opposition. Don't you never think that Alex Jones is not controlled opposition. D.L. Hughley, black guy, controlled opposition. All the Negroes you see on CNN, controlled opposition. Getting paid by the same entities. We are in the last days of freedom. By 2030, there is not going to be the freedom that you expect. It's not a matter if, when the major collapse, whether it's the banking, some kind of attack, you are going back to under control because it was too successful in 2019, 2020 when they shut the whole damn world down. Do you not think the central planners don't remember that shit, how successful that was? I don't give a fuck you was a good old boy conservative. Get your ass caught out when it first went down at about 2 in the morning. You go in the damn jail. The National Guard is going to be in all major cities. Why? Because of you freedom fighters that's going to fight for freedom. And you will lose. I am sorry. If you look at any biblical prophecy it's in there, you shall lose. You shall lose. What they're going to do in the UK, they will get the digital ID, or the kids are not going to school. Your kids will not go to the goddamn dentist, the hospital. They're going to make it where you're not going to be able to shop. You need to eat, don't you? You look at China right now, you Jake walk across the street. By the time you get to the street, your damn fine is already there. What would make you think that you're not going to be controlled the same way? Why would you think that ChatGPT and all this information they already got all our digital footprint? I've not been on Facebook or made a post on Facebook in probably about 3 years. I got enough data on me. Since America Online, I fed it so much data. That's why the damn algorithms know me better than I know my damn self. Donnie J's mission is, and if you're wondering what you talking about, Walt Diddy, he's going to destroy the global economy. What's the global economy? The dollar. The BRICS nations don't want the dollar anymore. So what they're going to do? They're going to put all our debt on the blockchain. What is blockchain technology? The hell if I know. It's Web 3.0. How's a damn cryptocurrency made? The hell if I know. And guess what? You don't know either, Hakeem. You don't know either, Javier. You don't know either, Billy. Billy, you a white guy. You don't know either, Haitian guy and everybody else. You don't know. But guess what? You going to spend them. That's how you're going to get paid. Cataclysm is coming. So what we're going to do right now, what we want to do for the few people watching, anybody want to watch on the replay, this is what we're going to do. This is what Walt Diddy going to do for you. This is what we're going to do for you. Sir, ma'am, don't you skip this video. If you stay with me, I'm going to give you 7 ways to be content in this new economy, this new lifestyle, and the new lack of freedom that is surely to come to us by 2030, thanks to digital bank currencies, cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, and the oligarchs that control the world. And guess what? Let's do it like right now. This is what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, I got this from Marcus Aurelius in Stoic philosophy. Number 1, this is how you be content in this world that we're living in, where it's on the left, the right, they're the same bird, but they're always fighting against each other and putting us in the middle of their racial tensions, their economic tensions. Number 1 is own your inner court. What does own your inner court mean? I am so glad that you asked. Let's find out together. Here's the quote from Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind. Nothing else. You have power over your mind. My mind is telling me to go ahead and check out. My mind is telling me not to conform to today's societies, or I shall lose not only my sanity, but maybe my life. This is why it matters. Careers, money, relationships all swing. Your judgments, not events, drive your inner peace. Read that again. This is why number 1 matters. Own your inner court. The quote from Marcus Aurelius is, you have the power over your mind. This is why it matters. Money and relationships all swing. Tide goes out, tide comes in. Your judgments, not events, drive your peace. Also, I added this. Do this today. Just name the stressor. What's stressing you out? Is it a political tension? Is it this, that, whatever? Name it, write it down, and work on it. Simple as that. Number 2 on our list, ladies and gentlemen, is cut the noise, guard attention. Cut the noise and guard your attention. Here's the quote from Marcus Aurelius. Confine yourself to the present. The future is coming. The past is already gone. All we have right now is now. As a society, as a people, if we only realize all we have is now. All I have is now. All right. Early in this presentation is already gone. What I'm going to say in the future has not come. I have right now. Cut the noise, guard your attention. Marcus Aurelius said, confine yourself to the present. The powers that be, the oligarchs, always want us to look into the future and for us to disregard the present. Here's why it matters. Endless scrolls on these devices, comparison, right? So endless scrolls and comparison tax your focus. Don't you feel like your focus is being taxed when you're looking at these fights, other division, money issues, social media influencers, political influencers? Our minds were not meant to absorb and take in so much information so rapidly. But endless scrolls, comparison, tax your focus. It's stealing years from your damn life, right? It's stealing years from your life, and it messes with your health. It messes with your health. Our bodies are not meant to take in but so much stress at one particular time. So you imagine everything you're taking in from social media, your job, your family, your bills. That's why a lot of people look older now. I see the millennials that's in their 30s looking older as I do, and I'm 49. So number 3 is to cut the noise, guard your attention, confine yourself. Number 3, expect friction and forgive. What could that mean? Well, it comes from a quote by the late, great Marcus Aurelius, and here's the quote. You will meet meddling, ungrateful people. Say that again. No matter how long you live, you're going to meet meddling, ungrateful people. So how do we do with that? Politicians are meddling, ungrateful people. Oligarchs are meddling, ungrateful people. Naysayers are meddling, ungrateful people. And your favorite social media influencer is a meddling, ungrateful person. This is why it matters. Teams, clients, and loved ones will disappoint. There's no way around it. Your favorite politician will disappoint. If you pre-expect it, you can stop overreacting and lead with steadiness. Expect people to meddle in your life. Expect people to be ungrateful for the things that you do for them or the great intentions, good intentions you have for them. Expect it, forgive, keep on moving on. Speaking of moving on, let's go on to number 4 on the list. Number 4, do the next right thing, not the perfect thing. Do the next right thing, not the perfect thing. None of us will be perfect, though we may strive for it. Perhaps focus on doing the right thing for yourself, the right thing for your family, and the right thing for others. Here's a quote from the great Marcus Aurelius. If it's endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. That's a biggie. If it's endurable, if you can endure it, you can live through it, then endure it. Stop complaining. We have the most adults in our nation right now that does nothing but complain, but they just give you problem, where's the solution? Problem, where's the solution? Here's the problem that's coming. Digital surveillance, cryptocurrencies, here's the solution. Either you can conform or somehow you got to separate and run away. Whether that means leaving the country, going rural, getting off the grid, you only have a few options. You got to choose one. But if you can endure it, do it. Stop complaining. Here's a little thought that I had when I wrote that down to share with you all. And it's like this. This is why it matters. Perfection stalls promotions, fitness, and side hustles. Progress compounds, posturing does it. In layman's term, sitting around complaining, waiting for the perfect time, the perfect outfit, the perfect video camera, the perfect this, the perfect opportunity, you're going to miss out on the opportunity that you could build on. Progress compounds. Just like interest. I think Einstein said that the most extraordinary thing that he's ever pondered upon or studied was compound interest. You get compound gains when you start the progress. Things get easier when you start the progress. Moving on to number 5 on said list, ladies and gentlemen. Number 5 is keep your standards simple. Justice, self-control, courage. The quote from Marcus Aurelius. Let your actions be just. Your impulses under control. We're living in an impulse society. You hear one thing you don't like on social media, you're ready to rally the troops and just go insane. Right. The social justice warriors love to beat you up on social media, but in real life, in their community, they're doing nothing. So Marcus Aurelius is correct when he said, let your actions be just, your impulses under control. Let's find out, why does that matter? Why would that matter to let your actions be just and your impulses under control? And here's your answer. In your 30s and 40s, the game is character. Those three virtues covers how you earn, love, and lead. I'm going to read that again. I'm headed toward my 50s. So in your 30s, you're setting up your 40s. In your 40s, you're setting up your 50s. In your 30s and 40s, the game is character. Those three virtues cover how you earn, love, and lead. Those virtues covers how you love and lead. Very, very important. So we just covered, keep your standards simple, just, self-control, courage. Three things: justice, self-control, courage. Moving right on, we're going to finish this list. Next on the list, remember you are temporary. Prioritize accordingly. What does that mean? Number 6, remember you're temporary. Prioritize accordingly. What would temporary mean? Meaning you're here today, you're gone today. That's how it works. People wake up today, go to sleep, and never wake up again the same day. That's how life works. You're here today, gone today. So what is a work practice that we could do? Marcus Aurelius said, you could leave life right now. I'm in the middle of this presentation. I don't want to go right now, but it is very possible, hope it's not, but you could leave right now. Meaning leave this earth, leave everything behind you and no longer exist on this plane and in this realm. Here's a little helpful hint that may help someone. This is why it matters. Memento mori clarifies. It kills pretty drama and surfaces what actually deserves your best hours. Pretty much, focus on the best things in life. What deserves your attention? Does the bickering back and forth on social media deserve your attention? Does the division deserve your attention? Does it deserve your attention? You live in Montana worrying about what's going on in Chicago. Does it deserve your attention worrying about what's going on in Pakistan? Now, I'm not telling you not to be empathetic to other people in other places, but what really deserves your attention? You figure that out, you will be a lot more content in life, and the troubles and tribulations that are soon to arrive here in the United States of America, live long enough, you'll see them. And the last one, number 7, love the assignment you already have. What's your assignment? What's your purpose in life? Do you think you were just created to be an engineer or a garbage man? Are you not more than a football player? You can catch a ball and score some touchdowns. Yay! What's your assignment in life? That is a big one right there. And the quote from Marcus Aurelius was, what's thrown on you is fitted to you. What's thrown on you is fitted to you. Meaning that trial, that tribulation, that opportunity, that problem, you are fitted to solve it. But first you have to figure out the assignment and love the assignment that you have been given in life. This is why it matters, ladies and gentlemen. Resisting reality drains you. Using reality trains you, except that improved. Resisting reality. Resisting the reality that the oligarchs are about to flip a switch and turn on the fourth industrial revolution. Resisting the reality that technology is not only consuming us as a people, it's controlling us as a people, will drain you. I have accepted it. But also you have this opportunity by using reality, it trains you. I'm trained now to disconnect a whole lot more. I've been trained to accept friends with a loan. I have trained to put a note on there that says, I was here, I remember. My soul, my essence, my being is not going into this phone and in social media because I was here on this earth and I remember. I remember who I am. I remember what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm doing it to the best of my ability. Am I doing it as much as I should or could? No, but I'm working on it. So I'm going to read that again. Number 7 is love the assignment you already have. What's your assignment? This is why it matters. Resisting reality drains you. That's what's wrong in our society. Most people are resisting reality. Right? They throw you some numbers, some stats, and you just run with it, but you can see the reality. There's nobody affecting you more in your community than people that look like you. No one affects me more in this world than the people that look like me. But using reality trains you to accept, then improve. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I just gave you 7. That's right, 7 ways, 7 virtues powered by the late Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius on how you can be content in this social media, me, divisive land that we call the United States of America and the entire world. Do me a huge favor, would you please? Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell, or the notification bell just might hit you. Go out, execute these 7 Stoic principles and watch your life change. And if nothing else, it gives you something else to do. Try it on. There you go. There you go. Never would I leave a show without giving some game on how people can be better. Shout out to Greedy. How long do you think till they get rid of cat? Man, 2030, it's over. The playbook is, listen, Generation Z barely has a cash. Grubhub, Uber Eats, digital codes. It's what you cannot control. Listen, in the United States, I'm just going to say this, and nobody take it the wrong way, but it is true. Diverse society is always going to crumble. Diverse society is always easier to manipulate and control. China, for example, I know it's an authoritarian place, but guess what? It's just Chinese there. Sounds kind of, but it's the truth. In another sense, we, a people, especially the United States, are the last real, true, freest people on the planet. But we also rowdy and uncontrollable. They would have been executed if it wasn't for the Second Amendment. But the way around that is, as soon as we follow behind the UK, when the UK executes, and they will, a digital ID, soon, it's gonna how you're gonna be tracked. The justification to abolish the Second Amendment is digital ID and a social score. If you do something, sir, what if imagine the world like in China. Your daddy is a serial criminal that deletes people all the time. The sins of the father. It's going to affect the whole family's social credit score. Unless they renounce said person. You can't come to the house. This is not me. It is right before your eyes. How could cryptocurrencies and be so free when you got to have it locked into your phone? You got to have, I got some. You got to have Coinbase. You got to have a digital wallet. A digital wallet can be tracked, right? Hold on. Do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. Guess how much money in that wallet? And there's some money in there. Can you look in there and tell me how much money I got? Well, I guarantee you the powers that be can look in there and tell you how much crypto I own. That's the loss of freedom. We are in the last days of freedom. So if anybody, whether you're on this is my left, Democrat, this is my right, Republican, 2 wings of the same bird. They all in this together. I'm going to ask you again. You own so much XRP. Whether it's in a Coinbase or some type of a wallet, I don't care. It's encrypted. Bullshit. They know how much you got, and they report it to the people. How much money here? Old school wallet that's been around hundreds of years? Digital wallet. There you go. As Janet Jackson once sang, control your kids. Listen, I'm telling you what. If you got kids, you love them, go be free. Go take some nature walks, take some vacations, do whatever you can. But I can promise you this. The year is 2025. Donnie J signed the Genius Act. They're going to push this so-called crypto regulation. It is in the big, beautiful bill that no state in all this union can regulate artificial intelligence. We can both see that whatever you want to think about ChatGPT, DeepSeek, it's pretty fucking smart. Smarter than you, smarter than me. Ask me a damn question about astrophysics. Ask ChatGPT. And then go fact check them. Ask me to pull up your favorite Bible verse in Psalms and quote it. Ask your ChatGPT, and then you cross-reference the dang book and see if it ain't accurate. Ta-da. Ta-da. So if you're wondering, and I'm not Democrat or Republican, listen to me closely. His assignment is to destroy the global economy. How is he going to destroy the global economy? Very simple. By executing Project 2025 that was created by the Heritage Foundation. It's that simple. You don't like it. Donnie J's base is so strong. He once said if he went out in the street and deleted somebody, I'd still love him. You would. What perfect person to have in control when all these switches get flipped, because you ain't going to turn on him till it's too damn late. I know you on the left. It does not matter. Obama set a lot of this stuff up in 2008. You don't remember him battling out banks? And you forget. You forget. Because media has you so distracted behind the bill, them executive orders. Let me tell you something about executive orders. They don't get overturned by the next president. Have you noticed that? They lie when they tell you first time Donnie J's there. And I'm a Donnie J fan. I love hearing him talk shit. Love it. That's it. He did not overturn any of the executive orders that Obama wrote. Biden did not overturn any of the fucking executive orders that Donnie J signed, and Donnie J is not went behind Biden. Ask ChatGPT. I have. Ask. You flaming far right damn Republican, you damn lefty liberal. Ask ChatGPT to give you the executive order that any of them has overturned. Barack Hussein Obama did not overturn any of George W. Bush executive orders. Look it up. Democrat. It's my left hand. It's one wing. Republican. Conservative. That's right wing. Same bird. Same bird. You confused. You're confused. Listen, the time is 2:40 in the a.m. Nobody is watching. It does not matter. I did my due diligence. All this is biblical. Prophecy is unfolding itself. Prophecy is unfolding itself. Right? They're ready to tell you that aliens is out there. It's not aliens. That's prophecy. I would get into that, but you got to be initiated and you would not understand. But I am trying to tell you this. We are in the last days of freedom. Sir. Ma'am, don't you sit down, ma'am. Don't you skip this video. Don't you skip the video. We are in the last days of freedom. Thanks to your phone, thanks to tracking, thanks to central banks, digital currency, aka stable coin surveillance, social credit scores, we are in the last days of freedom. By 2030, there will not be the same freedoms that you enjoy today. So what can you do? Go out, hug a tree. Go out and take a walk. Kiss your family. Remember what's important. Control what you can control. Enjoy life. Travel while you can, because when you go in the airport, did you not know they're scanning your face, your eyes? I am sorry. I did not make the rules. This is my left hand, Democrat. This is my right hand, Republican. It's the same bird. And guess what? The oligarchs, the central planners, and those that have the MONEY to fund these millions and billion-dollar campaigns, they say it's going to be so, and that's just what it's going to be. Take a look at what they're complaining about in the UK. Soon, there will be a digital ID. I know, sir, I know you're thinking, well, I got the Second Amendment. It's not going to do you any good. With a digital ID, well, we're going to track you, and whatever you do is going to affect Lisa, Angela, Hakeem, that's a little black kid. We're going to mess up their score. Enjoy freedom. Enjoy life. Enjoy the moment. All right. This world, you're here today, you're gone today. That's just how it works. Enjoy each day. Enjoy freedom. Learn to be content with the things you have. And I can promise you this. Remember these two things, as a matter of fact. Number one, by 2030, freedom as we know it will be no more. We will be digital, SLAVES, slaves. And ain't too much we're going to do about it unless you're going to go off the grid and you're going to be a nonconformist. And number two, off the strength of project expertise, where I'm the project, I just gave you the expertise, and I gave this game to you. Enjoy freedom. Breathe the air. Get out. Go have some fun. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was the final rant for this evening. I got to go work 8 days straight. Why? Because the boss man says so. I'm saving up for some type of escape, or at least I'm going to enjoy life. Hope you enjoyed this presentation. And if you want to know one more time what you talking about, Walt Diddy, Donnie J, who I love, can't nobody talk Ishmael better than Donnie J. I'm serious. He is cut from the cloth of Ric Flair and the coolest black man in the world. Somehow they came together and made an offspring, and his name was Trump. He is here to destroy the global economy, and it's going to be done by Project 2025. It has nothing to do with you chocolate people. It has nothing to do with you Hispanics and Latinos. It's all about you GUN toting, Bible belt thumping, heterosexual white men that's been causing problems to the oligarchs. But guess what? He's about to fix it. Why? Because you ain't been paying attention. You got your gatekeepers that chocolate men like me been dealing with. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. You got your gatekeepers now. And guess what? They shut the gate on you. And you better figure out something. You better figure out something. And hopefully, one of them going to turn on them so you can say, who in the hell left the gate open, and run on out there. Have a great, great Sunday. Remember these things. You are adequate. You are worthy. You are deserving of freedom. But freedom must be fought for. And how we fight this day and time, I've not come up with the answer yet. Perhaps I will. And if I do, I'll make the video about it. Until then, I'm just gone, and thank me later.